It's not just that we passed the military test. We did so in a way that exceeded anybody's expectations for a pistol. Many people don't know this, but the U.S. Navy SEALs were the first major customer for the Beretta 9mm pistol in the United States. In about 1978, 1979, the SEALs actually came to Beretta and asked us if they could evaluate, and then eventually they purchased our Model 92 pistol. And that was important for us for a couple of reasons. First of all, they sought us out. We didn't really have an organization in the United States that was skillful at selling to military customers. And in fact, the Beretta organization in the United States was pretty bare bones at that time. What really helped us in that, from that part of the process, is that the SEALs were an invaluable source of information about the pistol. We had just developed the Model 92 pistol about a year or two before that. And what they did was make recommendations on design that Beretta then incorporated into the product over the years that followed. And eventually in 1985, partly as a consequence of those design changes, we won the contract in competition with manufacturers from all over the world to provide the standard sidearm for the U.S. Armed Forces.
For sure, the M9 contract is one of the most important steps of all the 500 years history of Beretta. I would put together with the M9 contract another very important step is when my father took the decision to open a company in the United States, because again, you need to understand the country where you want to make business. If my father wouldn't have opened the company in the late 70s, probably he would never have won the contract in the 80s.
The improvement that we have in the last years is also because we win the contract. It means it was easier for us to go also in new country, because the question of the contract that we win in the state give us a lot of advantage.
This is actually let's say the original chassis for this handgun is the Model 92S. You can see that we've moved the magazine disconnect button, used to be here. We've moved it up to this location so that it's easier to reach when you're firing the pistol. The grip actually is the old grip. It still has the cutout from it from where the magazine disconnect button would be located down here, but it was moved up here. The other change that was made in this prototype was to add a recurved trigger guard in the front. The original version of the Beretta Model 92 had a rounded trigger guard, and the SEALs suggested to us that it would be beneficial to have a flatter surface up here so that the gun could be held with the non-shooting hand as well to stabilize it. And we added these serrations to give that a little bit more tactile feel.
At that time, we had to move an important line of production to United States, and this was a very big challenge for us and our technician. Same thing from an R&D point of view, because to prepare all the documentation to be transferred to the US government was a big effort, and together with the manufacturing transfer of know-how, I think was the real step of the internationalization of Beretta, that was not only going to other markets to sell the product, but was approaching new market also to make new products and manufacture products in a different location than Gardone Valtrompia. So was incredible from a brand point of view, but very important also for the process of the internationalization of the Beretta company.
In the competition for the M9 pistol that was held from 1983 to 1985, there were 8 companies that competed. And they're the ones you would expect, you know, if you know anything about small arms, you know, Beretta, Smith & Wesson, SIG, H&K, Colt, a few other companies. And after all of the technical tests, only 2 companies, Beretta and SIG, passed all the Army, and actually the Armed Forces, minimum performance requirements. Now, when I say minimum, it sounds like it's a low bar to set. In fact, the minimum requirements were pretty stringent. Durability, accuracy, reliability, safety were set at a very high level because the Armed Forces wanted to get a pistol that was clearly better than the M1911A1. So when the Beretta pistol fired 5,000 rounds on average without a major part breakage and had accuracy that was literally 50% better than the requirement in the contract, and had reliability that came near to setting a world record for reliability during that testing, it's not just that we passed a military test. We did so in a way that exceeded anybody's expectations for a pistol.
Yeah, this is a big satisfaction because it's important that military use our pistol, and because the pistol is made to use to defend the person.
I don't think you could say that the contract exceeded the significance of the company itself in any way, because it's just stunning that you've got a company that dates back 14, 15, 16 generations over almost 500 years that makes great quality products, shotguns, handguns, rifles, etc. But if you were to point to one thing that was the most significant incident in the history of Beretta, I think you'd have to say the M9 contract was it.